Hey, what up, y'all? So I was going back and forth on how I was going to do this. I was like, okay, do I go? I can go on Facebook. I can go on Instagram Live. The wild thing is like, if I don't just get on here and do it, it ain't gonna happen. I'm not good at all of planning out and everything. I just get on here and run my mouth and let it be what it is, right? So, uh, thanks for hopping on here with me. Anybody that knows who I am, I'm Matthew Jones. I am the writer and creator of manga such as Void Beast, The Extraordinary Messiah, and uh, Souls of Chaos as of late. And also the promoter and owner of SableCon. This happening here in Milwaukee, October 28th. So I want to talk about like competition and some other stuff, but I'm gonna start off with I want to thank my man Kofi for bringing me out to the University of Illinois out there in Urbana and Champaign for his manga exhibit, and it was a beautiful thing. And listening to that uh, young brother talk about his journey and everything just really got my mind going because I was like, man, I've been through some of these things, especially when it comes to like the martial arts, and actually, and why I respect him so much with it is because it's actual like he's actually like I like martial artists that actually fight. Like I respect all of them, right? But the ones that really fight and been through it and been punched in the face repeatedly and have had to go through that and understand what it's like to stand in front of another person and actually uh get on there warms my soul. The next one to be coming out, I'll have chapter 5, which was from the Kickstarter coming out after the convention, so around November, December. And then I'll have the one shot put together at that time too, called The Pride, where we introduce 3 other Void Beasts that TJ has to deal with, and we'll keep doing that. But those will be coming out November, December, and it'll be going to all the Kickstarter backers first. So Kickstarter backers, I ain't forgot about y'all. We still got it. We're working on it. I'm getting this convention out the way, and then we getting the new books and we getting everything out for chapter 5 and uh 3 shorts. So I hope that answers your awesome question, anime expert. Appreciate you hopping on too. And so, martial artists that had fought and had to get ready for fights and train for fights. It's a beautiful thing being able to connect with them. And I always tell people some of my closest friends are the people that have punched me in the mouth. Like I respect my friends that have beat me up, choked me, and I ain't talking about sexual. Choked me unconscious, made my nose bleed, or whatever the case may be, made me taste my own blood. I respect them so much to this day, no matter what goes on with them, and no matter where we're at. I respect them. And then hearing Kofi's journey, that's is what I got from that too. So I was like, man, okay, I'm seeing how to mix some things together and everything and how to put this together to make it make sense. And and just that competition thing, even with him, is why I'm talking about whatever right now as well. And so we got to I got to meet my man Seji Bot, and we got to talk for a while about the industry of manga, what we see, and how things work, and what's worked, our best practices, and everything. And it was wonderful to be able to talk to him in person. And the more I do things in this like artist community, manga and everything, in comics, I am a in your face type of person. It goes back to that competition and the fighting and the jujitsu, the MMA stuff. I'm an in person type of person, right? Like I can do all the internet stuff and everything, but I don't really like it as much if it doesn't lead to something being in person to where we can talk and really see if we really rocking with each other. And I feel like a lot of stuff get lost in these internet conversations. Things happen that I definitely wouldn't be a part of and people wouldn't be a part of in person. So I feel like a lot of things get lost, but when I get to talk to a person and I get to feel their energy when we're talking, I get to see their reaction to what's being said and everything. that means a lot. And then so Kofi, Seji, and then I got to meet Michael Madlock, I believe. Hopefully, I'm not butchering your name, man. I'm not butchering the last name. And I found out this brother was right in Milwaukee with me, and I'm like, so we're gonna connect and get up together and talk about some things and stuff. And it was just good to meet and talk to other folks that I see online in person, like all of y'all. This ain't a thing where I'm trying to get nobody or hit nobody up. I always ask a lot of y'all. Y'all know I inbox a bunch of folks like, hey, if I come to your town, can we sit down and talk? Hey, if we in the same area, can we sit down and grab dinner? Can we grab lunch or whatever? Uh, Other men and stuff. I always do that. Y'all can paste the daggone yeah, Michael is the man. Michael is the man. I like yes it is. And I like how he promotes everything and I like how he's been setting up Zay Marvel the whole time. And so I respect what that young man has been doing and I like how he's done that. So I'm gonna have to pick his ear about some of that. But ask a lot of y'all. Like I'd be like, hey, when we get in person, can we chop it up and sit down and do that? And that's because I like to figure out who this person is that I'm seeing online. Because a lot of folks real crazy online. They talk crazy. And if you're talking crazy in person, we both talking crazy in person too. It's fun. We being silly and everything. We still talk crazy in person. I respect that. That this whole let me talk crazy and say slick stuff, but then when I see you, is you cry you ain't got nothing to say. No, y'all be playing. Y'all be playing. So it was good to sit down and talk with other manga artists, especially since I just do the writing. I just do the writing, and it's not just the writing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still an art form in itself. But I respect those brothers and the things they put together, and the thing and us being able to talk and come together with an exhibit that really shined a light on black manga artists and it showed that not all of us have to go one way. 'Cause this one way, there's this one way that a lot of people in manga feel like they have to go, and that one way is I'm gonna write this manga, I'm gonna do this art, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then or you're doing stuff and it's not really like manga, it's just black and white. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have that feel to it when it comes to what's going on. And it's like we have to go this run one route, and we got to go to a publisher. We got to go to a publisher, and we good. And it's going everything gonna be fine after that. And that's just not how that go. That's not how that go. And this is why going into what I'm saying, competition is a good thing, and you are always competing, no matter what you think you're doing. You're always competing, and competition also requires a team. And that's what I got this weekend too. It's like we all working together. We all come together. We split. We come together. We split. We don't own nobody's stuff. We work together. We hit each other up. We recommend other things to other people, to these groups and every the people that we're meeting, like Michael, Kofi, Seji, other people, my man Pat, all kind of people, right? Ruben, all these people. But we don't own each other's stuff. But it's still teamwork. And this whole thing where I'm not competing, that's a damn lie. Don't you let nobody talk about they ain't competing. We all competing. Now we work together. We work together and we make things happen together. And we recommend and we speak up for and we talk for other people or other members of our like extended team and family. Because I don't want to compete without an extended team and family. That's also what I'm saying. I don't want to compete. I'm not competing without an extended team and or family. And that team can be friends that have nothing to do with you doing, spouses, buddies in the industry, people outside of the industry, all of that stuff. Oh man, no, no. See, and we talked, and me and Seji talked some about that. But the thing about it is, none of that has anything to do with you. Like the whole North Caesar thing, any of that. That's what I'm saying. And I don't have a I wanted them to be as big. I want them to be as big as they are. I don't have no issues. Ain't nobody did nothing to me, right? Ain't nobody did nothing to me. So let's not. I'm not gonna hop on here and be like, I don't. I ain't talk. I ain't did nothing with them. Whatever, right? But what I would say is like none of that has anything to do with you. For me personally, I've always I started out doing the manga style stuff, and for me, it's always been I'm going to compete with everybody else to have my own. Like I'm gonna do this by myself if I have to, and rock with the people that rock with me. That's what I was doing whole time, and I'm still doing that. There's not a publisher they can say we did this stuff and we did this, and I also can't say I gave it to this publisher and they did this to me or they didn't. Mm. I can tell you the ones that I didn't give stuff to. I can be like, yo, I didn't give this to this person. They wanted this, or whatever the case may be. But you can go back, and my whole thing has always been let me do this myself and let me compete with these other people to get my stuff out there and get eyes on my stuff. The thing about it is, they tell you can go on any group, comic group, all this other stuff. When they talk about not competing and we're not really competing, and we all buddies and we should be all friends. They goddamn liars. Don't believe none of that. Because here's the thing: you are competing with other people, whether you have a team or not, or you just starting out or whatever. You're competing because everybody ain't gonna look at your stuff. My stuff. Everybody don't look at my stuff. My stuff don't stand out art wise. If the story ain't catching people, and that's on different levels, right? Some people may like it, some people may not like it. Some people may say the pacing is off. Other people say the pacing is great. Some people say the art is good, the art ain't great. Some people like the characters, other people won't like the characters. All that, right? But you're always competing with somebody in something, or and even things you think you may not be competing against. If you're at a convention and somebody is there, right? And they're like, I got a couple of dollars. You may not know this. I got a couple of dollars in my book. I'm just gonna go buy this food. Exactly. I'm either gonna buy this food or I'm gonna go buy one of these books. If your book don't stand out, just even art wise or whatever, and then when they speak to you and they give you that chance to open up your mouth and say what you got to say, if it don't stand out to them, they gonna go buy that sandwich or they gonna go buy that food. I always talk about this, and the more I get into this thing, the more I'm like, yo, we are competing. We are competing now because y'all get online and y'all talk about y'all trying to be safe, and you talk about who your buddies and everybody want to stroke each other and stroke each other's egos and shit. When it comes down to putting money down, you see a lot of them people don't pop up and give you nothing. Them same ones that's talking about, oh man, it's great, and we buddies, and they ain't giving you no money. And I'm even guilty of that because sometimes I ain't got the money, especially with trying to get this convention and other stuff going. Sometimes I ain't got the money, and so I'll share your stuff, and everything. But you are competing. There is no. I'm not competing with. Now you personally may not be looking at somebody and being like, I'm competing with this person. But you compete, you sales wise, you compete in time, especially time right now, right? So you got all this other stuff going on, and you got to through all that noise to get your Kickstarters, books, and everything to these people. You talking about you ain't competing? You better get the hell out of here. And also the other thing is the main reason why you want to compete for me, the main reason why you want to compete is because you want to stand out and you want to make yourself known so that you can have more leverage for things to come, right? For things that are to come that ain't even here yet. So I'm not competing, and I'm just here, and I just want to be friends with everybody, and I just you got to make sure you stand out and that everything you do stands out, so that when it's time for you to walk into meetings, when it's time for you to get to creating and making things happen, people want to rock with you, and you have to compete against everything else people are putting out. You get that for yourself. When you have to show that not only that you are competing, that you are winning when you're competing, and that you're comfortable in your competition with other folks. Don't care. I could have I could have my same thing going on right now, right? And somebody else can pop up and y'all tune out and be like, "We out, Matt. I'm going to watch this other person that I care more about." Automatically, oh, ain't nobody thinking about me. I ain't mad at it. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. But to tell yourself that you're not, You might as well sit your ass down and go back in your room and act like and go back in your room and write this shit for yourself. Because you are competing. You are competing. You are competing for people's time, money, and everything else, no matter how you try to spin it. And so, what I would say is find yourself a group. And how do you find yourself a group of people that you rock with, or how do you find a group of people that you can do business with and stuff? You put out your work consistently. You put out what you do consistently. As hell. As hell. Sitting there talking about what they self-imposed genjutsu, huh? I'm gonna put it on myself and I'm gonna live it as no. But you find a group by working. I went blank for a few seconds. You find a group by working and consistently doing what you do. Whatever you do, you have to consistently put it out and you have to consistently do it to show that yo, I'm willing to be valuable to other people. By first showing that I'm valuable to myself and I'm doing what I said I'm going to do. Now that comes in many again, that comes in many forms. I can't tell you exactly how you're gonna do it, but for me it was like one of the things that I noticed it was and this is business, right? This is business. This ain't me talking about nobody and being like they didn't like me. Like when you first come in, ain't nobody paying attention to you. Anybody paying attention to you. You're gonna come in, you're gonna say, hey, look at my book, and look at this and that, and look at that. And then you're gonna say, and nobody's gonna pay attention to you. They're gonna say, nobody don't support me, these people don't like me. And there's no, it ain't. It's because a lot of these people already understand that it takes a lot to get certain things done. It takes a lot to say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out and spend the money and time, because that's what it is. It's money and time to get this product or get this thing done up and rolling. I'm gonna get that up and rolling, no matter what. First off, it's that. And if you ain't even like you can put out a bunch of stuff, put out a bunch of stuff, put out a bunch of stuff. And if you don't get that done, then most people are gonna look at you and be like, yeah, whatever. And then after that, it's going to be, hey, can you do it again? And then it's going to be, hey, can you do it again? And can you keep doing it? That's what it's going to be. Yeah, nothing, nothing. And I have to remind myself, and not necessarily overnight for me, but I agree. But not necessarily overnight for me, but I'm impatient when it comes to a lot of things. That's why when you see like, when it comes to like my work, I'm really like, um, done. Let's make it happen. Put it out there. Let people say what they're gonna say about it. And then I go from there. Because I like in my mind, I'm impatient and I don't feel like, but I'm not. I'm impatient and I'm not really uh, perfectionist, shall I say? Because working in businesses and being managers and then going being like corporate and like working in engineering and everything. Out that a lot of engineers they'd be trying to get things perfect and stuff, but then companies and everybody's like, "Yo, what's what you got? As long as it's to this point, we can fix everything else later. We can fix all the other stuff later." And so it was just a thing where I was like, okay, let me get it done and let me keep it moving. But I didn't jumped and went back. But yeah, the team. It's like you have to show that you worth somebody else's time. I'm going to do these things and I'm going to consistently put out and let's see. Okay, cool. I'm going to consistently put out work and I'm going to consistently do these things to show everybody else that I'm serious about what I mean. And then you find groups of people that want the same thing and y'all get to working together. Like that's really what it comes down to. It ain't like I'm not the person that spends a lot of time with, hey, I want to do this. I don't know how. I don't know this. Man, this is hard. Maybe I don't I'm like, I'm gonna tell you once or twice. I'm like, look, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. This can go down. Then after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna keep talking to you about that. Oh yeah, most definitely. Um, I And so when you get to that stage, and it's a thing where it's like, well, I'm gonna do this, or I don't know, I'm gonna do basically, and it's like if you if you're not getting it done for yourself, you can't get it done for you. I can't go out there and put it together. I can go out there and put my stuff together. I can promise you that I'm gonna get what I say I'm gonna get done. I'm gonna get that shit done. Whether it's whether we talking about figuring out how to do animations and I can't do it, I'm gonna find somebody that can do it. If I can't do the art, I'm gonna find somebody that can do it. If somebody say, "Man, I'm done," I ain't working with you. Guess what? I'm gonna find somebody else that's gonna do it because this is important to me. All of this is important to me. It ain't a thing where I'm gonna sit back and I'm, well, artists didn't do, and so I'm just sad and I can't do it. The only way I would do that is if nobody would touch something. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, and I've talked to him about this. Like it's even like that with my book St. Carl that Nick done. It's a thing where nobody ain't really rocking, ain't gonna go near it because like, oh, Nick did it, so it's like, okay, we're not doing nothing with that, right? So so I love the character, but it's not too much I can really can't I can't do nothing with it. And it's always funny to me. And it's no shade to nobody. That's just part of the game. And I understand why. I understand why, right? So, but at the end of the day, I'm going to always figure out how to get things done for myself. And like anime expert is saying, that makes you an asset to other people because they know that they can look at your stuff and they can say, this person keeps their word to themselves more than anybody else. It's like, and maybe I'll say me. When I'm doing it, I can look at it and be like, yo, this person keeps their word to themselves and they're doing things on a certain level consistently. I can work with this person because if they doing it for themselves, then I know they won't mind working out and getting things done with me. So yes, again, that's all part of competition. It's all part of competition. So I'm not competing with nobody and this and that. And I understand that you competing with yourself and you don't want to that you want to be better than than who you were before and stuff. But at the end of the day, again, people got money and time, and you want some of their money and or time or their attention. You want their eyes on your stuff. You want them to look at what you're doing. You want them to watch and enjoy and speak on what you're doing. And to think that you're not going to have to compete with the hundreds of other things, it's another thing. Because it's like people got stuff going on in life, right? Like people got stuff going on in life that keeps them from doing certain things, that keeps them from watching certain things. You can even watch, sometimes you won't even watch your favorite show if you like, man, I'm bothered with work or I got to focus on my own things, whatever the case may be. That's competition right there. And sometimes you're thinking back and forth, like, should I watch it? Shouldn't I watch it? Okay, I'm not gonna watch it. Or I'm gonna go do it. That's competition right here. That's competition right there. So this whole I'm not competing with nobody. You a motherfucking lie. You a lie. You are competing with other people, and you're always competing with other people. Even on your team, y'all consistently working to good brother, go it's going good. It's like you're consistently working to do better and to help each other. And if you ain't and in the team you're working with, if you ain't consistently trying to work and find out how you can do something to help the other person and get out there to show that yo we really in this. I don't know what y'all doing. I was like y'all can keep that. Even when I even doing jiu-jitsu and wrestling, like you get better. You're competing with this person and getting better, even though y'all are training together. And that was the thing that I loved about uh, jujitsu. And that's what I do love about it. And even doing a lot of it, doing jujitsu and stuff with my daughter and watching her wrestle and stuff like that in high school and stuff. It's a thing where these people are all your friends but we're competing with each other. And I know that this person brings something special to the table, and this person brings this unique skill or body type to the martial arts, to jujitsu or kickboxing, boxing, whatever the case may be. You bring this, I have to figure out how to get around it. and I have to compete with you. And also, it is competing with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, am I going to break? Am I going to sit here and be like, oh man, I can't do this. I get tired of rolling with this person. And it's just so hard. And you just lay here until the time is up. Well, you sit out and you talk yourself through it. And you go through it and you get better at it. And you do what you got to do to learn how to deal with what this person is throwing at you. And they still your buddies. They still your friends. They still your training partners. But you competing with yourself and them. So when I see it, it always I just see this a lot when it comes to comics in in groups and in conversation. And I don't say nothing no more now. It's a lot of stuff it ain't even no need for me to comment on. I'm gonna just share or like it's a lot of stuff it ain't even nothing to comment. And I think the more I start getting things done, the less I want to sit here and have these long drawn out conversations with folks, and the more stuff I get done because it's whatever, right? It's whatever. Like most of it is gonna get misconstrued. Most of people gonna turn it however they want to, and the people that ain't for you, they just gonna sit back and watch anyway. Because most folks just sit back and watch. Like there's people that just on the page just to watch you do. They compete and they competing with you, and even then they want you to fall off when you're doing your thing. When it comes to anything, it ain't unique to comics. There's always this thing, and this is just me ranting all the time. I don't ever have anything scheduled. I put a title, I talk, and I just rant. Um, you have to really have to pay me to do this other stuff, so I can make things structured. I can, but a lot of it is this thing where we think that in this industry it's only this way, but that's not the case. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can go into engineering. They're watching you fail. They're watching you, wanting you to fail, or they want to help you. It's everybody's there. It's always this thing where everybody is in name it. Everybody's trying to make or trying to do name it. Everybody want to be an actor. Everybody want to be a director. Everybody want to write scripts. Everybody want to do jujitsu. Everybody want to be an engineer. Everybody want to be a wrestler. Everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a singer. It ain't too many things that everybody don't. Everybody want to be a manager. It's just everybody wants to work here. It's just part of the game. It's part of the game. And to think that you're not competing for these positions and these things and for people's attention is you doing yourself a disservice. Because what you're saying is by me saying I'm not competing for this, I'm not going to do what it takes to stand out, to give myself some type of leverage in this business, in this industry. Because you have to compete to make yourself stand out. Because you don't want to just be going around these people and then you didn't compete. I just got it. I just got here. I'm not really competing in this. I just do it because I love it. And do it because you love it. Do it because we love it. I love doing it, but I'm here to compete and get some people too. And that also, again, that takes a team. And I don't mean a team that own their stuff. They don't know the people that we rocking with, and they got their own stuff, and we working together. But it takes a team, and and again, you're doing yourself a disservice by not competing because you have to stand out some sort of way. And that takes you competing with what you're seeing out there to make yourself float above that or get above that so that people know who you are and you get to where you want to be at. So again, this whole I ain't competing thing, go on somewhere with that. Go on somewhere. We can all get. No, we can't. Also, no, we can't all get. No, we cannot. This whole and I know I'm gonna bother some of y'all. Some of y'all gonna say, "Oh, that ain't true." I don't really give a damn. See what you gonna say? That's your business. It's your business. But how I see it, there ain't always no everybody can get. No, we can't. No, we can't. I have been told at times when people walk by and be like, "Oh man, spent the rest of my money." Now it could be true, it could be a lie, but either way, they seen my stuff and they was like, "Yo, I'm not coming out of pocket for that. If I had some more money, I don't want to spend my all my money." If we all that means that they would have bought everything from all of us, right? This happens every convention. It doesn't matter what state I'm in, what city I'm in, the size of the convention, anything. Don't believe that lie. Call my mama back. I'll call my mama back. Um, but don't be believing that lie. We can all get no, we can't. No, we can't. You have to put the work in to do what you need to do so that you can get to the people that want what you have. And you have to work to get their attention because we all cannot. Now, no, we can't. We can't all get unless you just fine with what you got now. If you just fine with that, then do your thing and keep it rolling. But there are going to be times when people are like, "Hey, I'm doing this. I only got this much. I'm not giving it to that person." It is what it is, right? You got it, and if they're walking by and they see it, or even online, they click it, like, keep going. No, no, you are competing. You are competing for time, attention, and all that good stuff. You competing for all that. So, but that call threw me off. I'm like I said, this was one of the conversations that this was in my head, and so I was like, you know what? Let me just throw it out there and see where it go and what it is, and I'll keep it moving from there, right? Because I was thinking about it, but more on a positive note. Because I'm seeing on the flip side is this past weekend being with Kofi and them at the manga exhibit was I'm seeing other people that are doing their thing, whether it's Sterling's exhibit, and I always love seeing Sterling cartoons work. Like his work brings me. He had in his bio it says something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing, something to the effect of nostalgia and happy characters bring people joy and all this other stuff. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, Sterling. I'm sorry, brother. I look at that man's stuff and I'm like, I love this man's work. I love this shit. It's like every time I see it, I'm like, just the styles that that man come up with and how he can intertwine all of it with these cute characters and everything. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. And so on the positive side was that competition for me. This is me. This ain't talking about none of y'all right now. This is me. Positive side is that I get to see these other black people's art and work and even Japanese people and creators. I'm getting to see all the stuff that they're putting out for themselves and for the world and for other people. And it makes me want to step up what I'm doing. How can I make this better? How can I when I'm writing, how can I make this look better? How can I get this cross better to the artist so we can really touch people and make it stand out when people are looking at what we're doing, our panels, our pages and stuff. How can we do all that? Because this person did this and I want to do something similar in my own way, so that I can make myself stand out and be better with what I'm doing. So yes, you are competing, even in a positive way. I look at a lot of people's art. I look at people's books. That's what I buy. Y'all want to know why I buy Kickstarters? It's because I'm competing. I get them physical books and I look at them. I'll be like, and I'm not because you've never heard me say anything bad about y'all stuff. I don't come in here talking about indie creators and they suck and they need to do. I don't do that. I don't do that. I ain't the one to do that. But I do look at your stuff and I'm like, man, and it's always positive. I do want to say it. It's always positive. Like, man, they did this. Okay, I need to do that. I need to do this. Okay, I need to add these pages. I need to do X, Y, and Z to make this look better, or I need to add this to make my pages stand out, or I need to get better paper, or I need to increase the size of my book, make it smaller. Okay, I need to add this to my title. Okay, I need to add this type of page in my book. Okay, that should have been when I did this, it should have been uh um a whole double page or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm looking at all of these things and I'm competing in a positive way. I'm always competing. Always. Always. I'm not comparing myself like, man, I ain't gonna never get there. I can't do it. This shit is so hard. It's easy. You look at what they did and you copy it. And you put your own spin on it. That for me, that's how it works. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm the type of person that you're not gonna show me something and I'm not gonna learn how to do it, and I'm not gonna be like, oh man, it clicked. Because if you bring me into something and you show me how to do it, oh, I know how to do it after that, and I'm gonna put my own stank on it after that all the time. Your best bet is just to leave me alone. Anybody that got anything, your best bet is to leave me alone and just not be around or nothing. Just leave me alone. And that's what I do to a lot of. It's like that's what I believe too. It's like I'm just leave it alone. But I'm always competing. I'm looking at your Kickstarters. I'm looking at how you do things. I'm looking at your books. When I go to your cons, I'm buying them and I'm looking at them and I'm like, man, okay, this person did this. Whether I know who you are or I don't, I'm like, oh, they did that. Oh, they this type of oh, wait, that's no this in the story. Like that, yeah, okay, I like that. I like that in mind. But again, I don't ever come out and be like, "Oh, you know, this trash." I don't do that. No, for some reason, it doesn't register like that for me with indie folks as far as like it's just trash, it's net because I feel like we're all learning and some of us are higher up on that ladder than others, but it's still a thing about learning and getting to what we get into, right? But for me, that improves how I see things. Competing is always a thing. Now you can live in society. They say you always you shouldn't competition breeds. Ah, yeah. Competition was a good thing for me. Competition is a good thing for me because jujitsu has taught me how to compete in a way that makes sense, in a way that's positive, in a way that because if I'm just being because I learned real quick that if I'm just being mad or I'm gonna just go in there and I'm gonna show this person I'm gonna do this not a match like if this with a training partner it's hardly went well for me. It's hardly went well. Let me just go in there and I'm gonna show them and I'm gonna this and that and I'm gonna do this to this training partner. I mean, it ain't well. Even if I was better than no, not none of my trading partners that we care about, not that we doing. Now in a match, well, I'll run through you as much as I can. And I think those things come into play when you're doing stuff as far as like trying to get a publisher, trying to get Kickstarters, trying to get you have to that's like that's like having a match. That's like having a fight. In my mind, for me, it don't have to be that for you. I know some of the you know, you do like that. You know what that is. This ain't that. Player for me. I'm telling for me, right? But for me, Kickstarters, putting stuff together to like pitch your stuff. It's all competition. Because everybody ain't gonna get it. That's like saying we can all have a space and we can all get this. No, we can't because if I'm trying to pitch something, they're not gonna buy all of our scripts. If I got a Kickstarter, everybody ain't gonna support my stuff. Show you the numbers that people everybody don't support my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to have enough pride and and confidence in your own stuff to get out there and make it happen, so that you can build a team, so that y'all can get to competing together and making things happen. And maybe I'm just talking just randy Raymond. Y'all know I love to do that, so it is what it is. But it's definitely the thing where for me, I'm like I'm always competing and I'm always looking to improve, and competition requires a team. This ain't the thing where I'm talking about I'm competing and I'm gonna try to hit these people over their head and I'm steal from them because I don't believe that. I'm gonna tell you, I tell people all the time, like, look, let's get this money together. Let's do our thing to this point, and then we go off and do whatever you got to do. Let's do what we got to do. I ain't mad at you. Like, hey, I got this money. I went over there this way. I'm not gonna be like, you know what? They should have brought me and they should have took me and hit me. But no, that's that person's journey. That's not. I understand. I got my stuff together to where I know how to capitalize in my way to get what we trying to get. But I ain't gonna sit here and be like, this person did this, and they should have did this for me, and I got my own stuff, and I can make things happen. Right? Let's work together. Let's get to this point, and let's keep rocking after that. I don't need you to be up under me, and I can't guarantee that I'm gonna do all this for you and everything. But let's get it, and then let's get to this point, and then you go over here, and you make some more money, and then when you do your thing over there, you swing back around, and we help each other again, and then I go help somebody else, and we keep helping each other. But I want to be around people that's competing to get these resources because resources ain't finite when it comes to certain things. It comes to a lot of things. So if we're not really trying to make something happen, I don't really want to be around y'all. That's why I don't get a lot of the people that be talking about, oh, competing, we ain't competing. Shit. People hit you up to spend money with you. They only talk about spending money for a time. That's not on the table all the time. People doing real business that ain't on the table all the time while you think about like, yo, I can move on and go to somebody else that's really serious about doing business and making stuff happen. This whole weekend, you keep believing these folks that we can do it all together. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because it ain't like these people with the money just coming down, being like, I'm gonna do everything for everybody. Even the ones that so called positive and inclusive and everybody love everybody, they're like, don't help everybody. And then they can't. They only got a certain cap on what they can do. It's just not going to happen. So make sure you making yourself stand out, and that along the way you're building your team. I'm not talking about people that you gotta sit there and be up under forever and stuff. It can be just people that you work with here and there. Y'all do stuff to get stuff done. You come together like Voltron, then you go on about your way. You do what you got to do together, then you go on about your way. You do what you got to do together, you go on about your way. You don't own this person's stuff, they don't own you, but y'all working together to make stuff happen. And then y'all keep coming back together to help other people, and then you helping other groups of people as well too. Other people that are coming up, and then you're meeting other people that's on the same level with you and a little bit higher up, and y'all making stuff happen. That all takes competition, and you doing what you're saying you're going to do for yourself to stand out and let people know that you're serious about what you're saying, and not just begging folks for shit. Man, can you help me? Can you do this for me? Can you do that? Can you do it? I need y'all to do it. Can you help me, please? Please, baby, please. Can you help me? Can you help me? Please, I need you to help me with this. And I'm not talking about marketing for a Kickstarter. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. Trust me, I'm not talking about that. I do it too. That's business. That's more of a marketing thing. Even I'm doing it with my convention, I'll be putting up stuff and everything. Appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna be putting everything together, and you have to disturb, and you have to stand out, and you have to compete for their attention. But if it's a thing where you talking about you ain't competing, I'm not, man. Go make that book for you and your mama and your kids, and give it to them and hand it to them. But as far as when y'all get around me, I'm trying to get some shit done. I'm trying to get some stuff done. I'm trying to get me some money because money, because money helps all of us get to where we trying to get. I ain't talking about no. I ain't even gonna say that. Get to where we try to get, so that we can continue helping each other, so that we can continue getting each other in different spaces, and we can continue helping each other get these things done. Because sometimes you may not be able to do something, and you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna get it. Again, that could just be me, and I could just be talking crazy as usual. I'm gonna get to it. Got to go do some things with for my family and stuff, and go harass my second youngest because it's her birthday and she's 11. So I'm gonna go bother her. They just came home from school. So as always, y'all, I appreciate y'all kicking it with me, watching everything, commenting, all of y'all that popped up and commented. I appreciate y'all. And this weekend was good, even though I was sick. I don't know what's been going on. Been having headaches and stuff, and it finally started going away like late last night and today. So I've been feeling a little bit better. But this weekend was a beast. It's when I was in Champagne with Kofi and Seji and everybody. It was a beast. But I have some new Kickstarter stuff, some new animangas coming out. Some other things we're gonna try with the animangas. We'll have Void Beast Chapter 5 and the Pride out. Void Beast to Pride out November, December. And we'll be doing some more stuff. Y'all see me popping up all over the place. And SableCon, October 28th. out here in Milwaukee. If you're in the area, come through. If you're not, we will have the one in North Carolina later next year in June or so. So I'll see y'all there if you come in there. But I'm out here October 28th in Milwaukee. That's about it. Again, thanks for kicking it with me. Thanks for listening to me run my mouth and talk crazy. Um, I was going to say, my ladies be harassing me about, and my friend Clifton Franks be harassing me about the way I say mouth. I say mouth, and I say earth. But it is what it is. I'll holler at y'all later. Thanks for kicking.